Wagwan gang, back in this thing. Happy New Year. It is officially 2026. It has been a minute since I cracked the podcast mic. Not that this is even a podcast. It's just a TazManiaShow. We ain't even going to call it a podcast. But before we even get started, I want to say Happy New Year to everybody. Like, subscribe, turn on your post notifications because I'm going crazy this year. I was consistent with dropping podcasts back to back, and then I just went on to do vlogs and doing a lot of other amazing things, but I was like, you know what, I got to get back in it, and I've had people asking me about it, so, consistency is key, like you either going to find a way or you're going to find an excuse, so I definitely want to take my journalism background and make sure I give y'all my perspective. Ain't trying to be messy, any gossip or nothing like that, but speaking of messy and gossip, it kind of sounds crazy, because I want y'all to know when I give my perspective on popular culture topics. I ain't trying to get no beef, pause. I'm not trying to get in any of it, but there is a lot going on. So what I wanted to kick it off with is 50 Cent versus everybody. They need to make a shirt. Y'all remember the Detroit versus everybody shirts? There should be a 50 Cent versus everybody shirt. Like, he just needs the everybody on his chest. I want to say major shout out to 50. I'm a huge 50 Cent fan from Get Rich or Die Trying, and also too, he was one of the first people that invested in my clothing line a long time ago. That's a whole other story. We did business, me, him, and Robert Green. That's another story, but I don't have any beef with 50, and I'm trying to join the Powerverse, so I'm gonna just go ahead and put that out there. But beef sells, pause. Beef really does sell, however you want your beef, on a grill, hibachi, whatever, pause. But it's been an amazing marketing tactic that I think 50 Cent has been able to use that just honestly set off his career. How to Rob, you go back to Ja Rule. And even if you go back to Empire and Power, I saw an interview where, 50 Cent was like, when it came to marketing, he knew that if he said something derogatory about Empire, they would have no choice but to reply back. So anytime I ever see 50 Cent in beef, I just pause, always think that it's business, it's marketing, and I'm always popcorn front row show. But it has been a lot. Like 2025 was year of 50, half of that, like 50 for real. I think it all started with the Diddy documentary. If y'all have seen it on Netflix, I saw it, the 4-part series. It was a really good documentary, coming from a person that loves documentaries. I think that what I really enjoyed about the documentary, I know people will be like, he's tearing down a black man, and I'm like, I hear people say all types of stuff when it's convenient, like whether a white person's tearing the black man down. 50 Cent is on Netflix. We talking about going from Stars to Shreveport to, G-Unit Studios, in Louisiana. Like, I'm like, why is it that when, like, black on black crime is okay and people control and, whatever, but then when someone is doing something on a corporate level, it looks like corporate bullying, and we can't keep moving the goalposts. There's been a lot of I don't even know where the goal is anymore with so much goal posting. But I thought it was a really well executed documentary. I think something else I thought was just that, man, Diddy beat 50 Cent. 50 Cent beat Diddy to his own documentary. But not that this is about the documentary, but just like the 50 Cent versus everybody. So you have it there, and he comes out with a well-polished documentary that shows you the reckoning, the mindset behind the person. And then he announces that he has Gang Wars coming to AE Network. Like, I'm looking at everything 50 Cent is doing, and I'm just like, it's amazing. And I don't think that anytime he does any beef, I think honestly, it always helps the person. Like, if you get in a beef with 50 Cent, like, your sales are going to go up. Just like the Let's Rap About It podcast. That, to me, was very interesting because I'm a huge Fab fan. Dave East. Fab is one of my favorite rappers. He's one of the reasons I started rapping. I love Fab. I love Dave East. And I will say that when it comes to the Let's Rap About It podcast, it seems like Dave East and Fab seem like the most neutral. But, you don't hear too much about them. But then when it comes to Mano, whether you see him on Angela Yee or you see Jim Jones, he's always got something to say going on. I thought that it was very interesting when that all started to, come up. I think that kind of seeing where it all started, I think this time last year, at the top of the year, there was something that came. I think Jim was coming at Cameron, and then 50 Cent. Oh, I know what it was. 50 Cent did the interview with Cam on Let's Talk with Flea. And he asked, how did you get Jim to come out on the, what was it, the Ballin verse? He was like, I didn't know. Like, I just knew Jimmy was hot. And I think that got Jim Jones upset. So then that started off last year crazy. 2025 was crazy. That's where that whole thing started off with. And then I think Cam had said in the interview, so you had beef with Mano and you click up with him. And we had beef, like, you was cool with 50 Cent during the height of our beef, and now it's almost like it's backwards. Like, we, again, can't keep moving the goalposts. I don't know what happened between that and then Dame got slipped up. Dame Dash got slipped up into the beef pause. in the same kind of way, I forgot what it was. Yeah, Dame, when his teeth fell out, and 50 Cent was talking about the Paid in Full series, he will make a documentary about you. Like, people need to stop playing. As soon as 50 Cent beef with you, he's gonna make a documentary about it. But the only time that I felt like somebody actually like got at 50, because 50, like, he'll just get back at you with comedy on the internet, and he'll just drop a network or a TV show, but he's not gonna rap. Like, when you think about the records that he sold and the class that he's in with the Eminems and the Dr. Dre's, it's like, you know, whether it's Big Meech, Lil Meech, oh my gosh, that whole thing with Rick Ross, like 50 Cent versus everybody. But the most recent thing, me being a Fab fan, when I heard the song, Fab had the illest verse. I feel like East was a little bit neutral. Like, he didn't say too much in my personal opinion. Jem and Mano, they went off on the 50 Cent beats. But yeah, when Fab was like, you know, yeah, shorty got hot showered, I really got powered. Like, he was going crazy, like La shot Tasha. Like, he was really talking about, but that's what we know about Fab. And people keep saying, you know, Fab, when you, like 50 Cent, when you gonna respond? But I think Pap is the person that caught the stray. Because I think for hip hop, it's like, do we really want to see 50 Cent versus Fab? No, we don't. Like, we not, like 50 Cent makes a great businessman. He makes good commercial music. But maybe a Lloyd Banks versus Fab, but not 50. But everybody was talking about, well, when 50 gonna say something, because he always got something to say, but he just dropped some international song. He's just Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder dropping podcasts. It's really fun watching this guy, like, be who he is, like, so inspirational. But people will be like, oh, you childish, the drama. And I'm like, I don't think that 50 Cent is really losing any sleep, where y'all might be really up in arms. It's marketing, it's business. So I think that it did help Papoose, because Papoose mentioned, when you gonna come back at Fab? And then 50 Cent said, Papoose, chill out. All your chicks tougher than you. And I was like, oh, man, from Remy to Claressa. So he called a stray. And I ain't going to hold you. I would want to hear Pap rap. You know what I'm saying? Rap. You know, let's do it, Pap. Like, I want to hear you rap for sure. Like, that'll be crazy. Alphabetical slaughter. If that's what you want to do. But I do feel like it helped the Let's Rap About It podcast. You know what I'm saying? I feel like what else did it help? Yeah, it helped the Let's Rap About It podcast. Streams, I mean, the viewership is going up. They're talking about it. The Let's Squat About It freestyle. But if you can get into a beef with 50 Cent, it might be beneficial. Even Pap's album that's coming out, Bars on Wheels. Shout out to Pap, like, on a journey to save hip hop. Clarissa Shields. It's like, I don't take any of it seriously. Like I said, when I see it on the internet, there are some other things that are very serious, but when I see 50 Cent every single day, it's just like, yo, if you can get in his algorithm, like, this is an algorithm game. And I feel like if you see that, you're like, yo, what's gonna get me on the headlines, and, you know, what's gonna make things pop? You know, but yeah, that was just my thoughts on it. You know, like I said, it's 50 Cent versus everybody except for Taz Tycoon. We can work. Shout out Tazzy's Baddies. You know what I'm saying? We got the merch. You know, we got all flavors. Strawberry, vanilla, chocolate. But make sure y'all like, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. And this is my first episode back. We tune into the TazManiaShow. Shout out to Tazzy's Baddies.
Tycoon running up the score. Tazzy's Baddies on the floor. And that ass is super fatty. Call me Zaddy, throw some more. Super nasty. She a savage. Slaughter fucker like a whore. Popping bottles, foreign models. Tycoon on the world tour. Shorty, what you bad for? Turn this to a hit-a-thon. Damn, all your bitches bad. Tell them they can come along.